And I think Ocasio-Cortez has aspirations, ambitions, and a message that she thinks needs to go out beyond the state of New York and into the country. That is sort of a liberal populist message. The elites are screwing us. Donald Trump is lying to you. We need to fight him all the time, right? That message has real resonance, by the way. Bernie Sanders came pretty close to being the nominee in 2020 before Joe Biden rode in and COVID rode in. So I think there's resonance there. And I do think that at least at the moment, if I had to make an educated guess about what she does next, I think she runs for re-election in 2026 to the House. But I think she has a very clear eye on 2028. Now, that raises the question of, can she win? Can she be the Democratic nominee? As I remind people, and can she be president? Let me take the second question first. I remind people of this all the time. People who say, fill in the blank could never be president. Donald Trump is the current president of the United States. He is in his second term as the president of the United States. So do not tell me that fill in the blank cannot be elected president, right? Because everyone said that in 2015 about Donald Trump, and he not only won that race, I know he lost in 2020, but he came back and won in 2024. So let's not make declarative statements about who can and can't be president. I think that's got to be thrown out the window.
Great points. Great points. Yeah, AOC definitely wants to take her policies and her ideas outside the state of New York. That's pretty clear with her Fight Oligarchy tour that she's doing with Bernie Sanders. And then also, yeah, the idea of, oh yeah, no, this person could never be president, period, point blank. No, Trump proved people wrong. And there's plenty of room for other magical candidates who just escape the idea of, oh, they could never become president, coming in on the Democratic side and the Republican side again. This can happen. Trump had no political experience. That hadn't happened for a while, not since Dwight Eisenhower, and he won. He won. Nobody thought he could win. Barely anybody thought he could win. People said he's unelectable, he's a lunatic, he doesn't have experience, he can't do this. And then he did it. You know, he said so many crazy things, he's got so much baggage. AOC seems like she has a lot of liabilities in the sense that she would be very young in 2028. She would be a woman, which to the Democratic Party might be concerning because they just ran a woman and lost. And they also ran Hillary Clinton, who was a woman and lost. And as a lot of progressive commentators have pointed out, the Democrats might take the wrong lesson from that, oh, women can't win. But yeah, AOC could win. I think these are great points. It's really interesting to see Cilizza, of all people, saying this too, because he's kind of like, he's a former mainstream media guy, now dabbling into independent media. And he's a guy who was very much like more of an establishment Democrat guy, a guy who swooned over establishment Democrats. And now he's like recognizing the momentum that AOC has. He was dunking on the idea of Tim Walz being Kamala Harris's VP too, and Tim Walz being a very progressive guy. But now that he's in independent media, he's like taking this more sympathetic stance to AOC, or at least recognizing her force, her power, that the numbers that she's drawing out, the amount of money that she's raising, which seriously is no joke. So yeah, she could be a powerhouse. It's not a guarantee. And the Democrats could rig the primary against her. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. This has been the More the Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.